everyone, it's Tedley here, and this is I Like to Watch RuPaul's Drag Race Season 12. I'm a Drag Race superfan, I'm a reality TV superfan. You know I was so obsessed with this show I had to get on Logo TV back in the day.
Tedley from Minneapolis, Minnesota has tried a couple times tonight to check in with us.
I've met the greatest of the greatest and the best of the best, and I'm ready to break down every episode. This is I Like to Watch. Alright everybody, so what I think we watched this evening was the annual comedy routine. To quote Jada Essence Hall, child, I didn't know what I just saw. But so anyways, starting off with this episode, they did bring back a fan favorite, Everybody Loves Puppets, for the mini challenge, which of course is wonderful. Everybody loves this mini challenge. It's the greatest thing ever. The puppets are super adorable and they get to drag them up. Everyone loves puppets. So the puppet challenge, it was fairly obvious that Gigi Goode did the worst in this one. I will say there's usually a puppet that stands out as the absolute funniest. I'm sure everybody remembers Creme de la Ben doing Bianca Del Rio with the I hate everyone, they're idiots and assholes. Super hilarious all the way back in season 6, and you know we've been doing this puppet thing for a while. But I definitely think out of all of them, Gigi's was definitely the biggest fail. We've seen it in a long time. That Gigi puppet showed more personality than Gigi herself, period. Nothing but respect to the artistry Gigi has done in designing Jackie's puppet, but not that beard, please. Gigi trying to do the puppet challenge. Another week where Gigi will rely on her body and looks and be saved. Child, messy, messy, messy. What's happening with Gigi Goode? Gigi, what happened? Oh God, cringe. Now, Miss Jackie, I live that you won 3 mini challenges, but maybe try and win a main challenge. No shade. Also, Gigi, that was a hot fucking mess. No shade, no tea. I'm just letting you know. So then they were getting into what the actual challenge was this week, and so I thought it was like a roast or like a comedy challenge, but like it seemed like they were supposed to also have some kind of like storyline or some skit built into the whole routine. So Jackie Cox was gonna be her parents and have one on this side, one on that. Sherry Pie had a fishbowl. Gigi Goode stole the Glamazon Airways little thing. Well, so let's talk about what they brought to the table here for this challenge. Okay, so who was first in the challenge? It was Jackie Cox, and it's always so hard to tell how good the first queen is doing when you're watching it because it's like you haven't seen anybody else. Is she doing good? Is she doing bad? In this case, I would say I was feeling she was doing good when I was in the moment and I was living it. She didn't have the most jokes, except I was fully into her story. It was well presented, it was well told, and it was captivating the way she was explaining it. So this week seemed like a win for Jackie, even though I wasn't like completely like over the top laughing at her jokes about her parents. Then of course Crystal comes in, and like more and more we're getting to see Crystal just be this goofy, weird creature that she is in and out of drag. Like in out of drag, it's even crazier. Like she was there in front of Whoopi and Rue just doing the silliest shit all on her own, just having fun, and that personality is really coming out. And then on stage when we got to see the actual thing, it was just as good. It was her in her boy drag bodybuilder outfit doing all these crazy dances, and it was wonderful what creations she came up with. She was like doing this cat litter box workout routine, and it was like, why the fuck's she coming up with a kitty cat? But it was hilarious and it really worked, and it once again showed the amazingness that is Crystal Method. And if she does not win this season, she's gonna come back in an All-Stars with some crazy ass acid drop outfits. Up next on the stage came Heidi N Closet, and so just like Jackie, she was going to switch in and out of characters and represent different family members, but where Jackie's worked and seems really like well played, this Heidi N Closet one, I mean, it was definitely quintessential Heidi, but sometimes her Heidiness can just be completely 100% crazy. And this was totally that day. So this one wasn't as amazing as other Heidi N Closet days. Just like Jada said, there wasn't like a sinking ship, but there was holes in the boat. But it was still like, I mean, if I was seeing it live, I would still probably be enjoying myself. I'd be happy I paid for a ticket. And Gigi was up next, and hers was definitely, of course, the most like conceptual of the whole thing. You were going to hell. The audience was in this plane and she was picking on people. She was bringing up the broccoli. She was doing a good job. Then up next was Sherry Pie. And of course, they didn't really show her routine. Like they showed that it was this many minutes in, etc., etc. But they didn't actually like show her routine, and the small clips they did show of it were funny. But of course, as the audience in America, we can't be in support of Sherry Pie. And then the very last one was Jada Essence Hall, and to quote Jada Essence Hall, "Child, it was rough." This is so funny because in the political challenge, the one challenge that nobody's ever been able to make funny when they did this in season 4 and season 12, she was the one that had the memorable quote, "Look over there." So I don't know why she couldn't put 2 and 2 together and come up with another funny routine. Like it seems like she could like dig deep into her personality and pull out some other shit. Like she's always saying messy boots, shady boots, all that shit. You know, she could do a whole routine about different kinds of boots. To be completely honest with you guys, I know someone that uses the boots lingo too, shady boots, messy boots and shit. And so I don't even know what boots Jada Essence Hall said and my real life friend said, but I just know there's a hell of a lot of boots out there, not just shady boots, not just messy boots, but there's way many more boots that y'all don't even know exist yet. Okay, and so then it came down to the runway, and so this runway was the color purple in honor, of course, of Whoopi Goldberg, the classiest EGOT judge they could dig up in here. And so they did, and we don't know if she was smoking weed that day, but she looked pretty hot. Jackie's look this week was the one look where I'm like, no, it just wasn't working for me. Like it was definitely conceptual, but it was just a little messy for me, a little too underground art house, like in like a bad way, like you know you're in an underground art house. Crystal came out and this was gorgeous, and of course this is quintessential Crystal. This is what you want to expect. The craziness, the over the top. She was ready to come and bring this crazy outfit and look and just be the ultimate crazy Crystal, where she's becoming more and more comfortable and getting into the flow. She's found a way to mix Rue's desire for her to be El DeBarge in with the real her, and it's created this drag race superstar. She's going through the process, she's working with the producers, she's getting her personality fed to her, and she's figuring it out for herself. When Heidi N Closet came out, my first thought honestly was it reminded me of Candy Ho in the season 7 All Green Challenge, when they're like, all these other queens came out here with concepts and designs and looks and images, and then it's just like a pretty dress. I was thinking that was going to be the critique for Heidi, because there were so many conceptual looks that came out before her and after her as well. Like there was the Daphne from Scooby-Doo, there was Jackie's Crazy Trolls, there was all these high-level concepts, and so that's why I was a little nervous for Heidi on the runway, and maybe if she had done something a little more conceptual, it could have saved her from being in the bottom 2. Now Gigi's outfit was super cute. I'm super shocked that they could actually get away with showing this, because I know they have a huge thing about in the Snatch game they can't do copyrighted characters, but I guess you can wear an outfit that alludes to a character as long as you ain't calling yourself it or not mentioning the show. I watched her carefully tiptoe around not naming the show. So Sherry Pie's look, I will say, like from the rare glimpses we get of what she's doing, you know, her runway looks always seem to be the shit. And it's because she knows the right people. She knows how to con her way to the top, obviously. Like she knows how to con her anyways. I'll just leave that at that. Ooh, and then, bitch, if I was in a nightclub and out came Miss Bitch Jada Essence Hall in head to toe purple, that hat, that fierceness, I was literally like, wow. Now, unlike I was saying about Heidi being like Candy Ho, this purple outfit is like, damn, this is the one where it's like the showstopper, the I'm the star of the room. It doesn't matter what anybody else is wearing. I don't care who's getting married today, bitch. This is my stage up in this wedding reception hall. Well, so then after the runway took place and after all the drama, who ended up in the bottom 2? The 2 fan favorites at the moment, because you know every week this shit changes. But so for the moment, the 2 fan favorites were there in the bottom 2, and it was like, really, we did just use the double save. What are we gonna do here? So unfortunately and shockingly to America, Heidi N Closet finally met the end of her Drag Race storyline. She definitely got her money's worth out of this road trip down the Drag Race, because she was a fan favorite. She was so endearing. She was super charming. Like, and the producers loved her. They gave her, like, seriously, they might as well have given her a back massage while doing confessionals. They were so obsessed with her. But they finally were like, Heidi, it's your time to go, but you a fucking star and all that shit. And you know what? Heidi is definitely gonna come back for All Stars 2, and I really hope she does, because like Michelle was reading her over and over again for like the makeup, which that is going to just improve over time. You know, just like all the Drag Race queens, they have the glow up, and then they come and learn all these new drag looks and tips and tricks for their beautiful faces, and then they come back to do All Stars, and they're just ready to do that shit. Alright everybody, thank you so much for watching this crazy episode of my Drag Race vlog, and I'll see you guys next time. Mwah.